Hey YouTube, welcome back to our series JavaScript Fundamentals. Today we have this problem. It's called allow function call. The problem say given a function called fn, um, return a new function that is identical to the original function. Expect that it ensures fn is called at most once. The first time the return function is called, it should return the same result as fn. Every subsequent time it is called, it should return undefined. Okay, so before start solving this problem, because solving it's pretty easy, we need to talk about some things. We need to talk about the functional programming. We need to talk about memoization, and we need to talk about throttle. Okay, so let's just start with functional programming. Functional programming is basically a paradigm that treats computation as the evaluation of mathematical function and emphasizes immutability, pure function, and the absence of side effects. Basically, it aims to write programs by composing pure functions and immutable data structure. This is the two main thing about functional programming, that we are writing programs by composing a pure functions and immutable data structure. What are pure functions? Basically, we will talk about the concepts of what are the functional programming, but let's just talk about what are pure function first. The pure functions are functions that always produce the same output for the same input and have no side effect. They don't modify external state and rely only on their input parameters to compute results. Pure functions make code more predictable, testable, and easier to be to reason about. If we talk about the immutability, the functional programming favors immutability data, meaning data that cannot be changed or after creation. Instead of modifying data in place, functional programming create a new data structure with desired modification. This promotes data integrity, eliminates unexpected changes, and facilitates reasons about code. One of the key things is the memoization. One of the key things about in functional programming that we use something called memoization, and this is what we talk about memoization and actually throttle. The memoization is a technique that used in computer programs. It's not just about functional programming, but we used in computer programs in general to optimize the execution of a function. Basically, we cache the results based on the function's input. It involves sorting the computed results of a function, and we basically return the cached results when the same inputs are provided again, rather than recompute the result. Memoization can significantly improve the performance of the functions because actually we're caching the results, and if the results is there, we just return it. Otherwise, we run the code. Of the functions that are computationally expensive or involve repetitive calculation. By avoiding redundant computations, memoization reduces the overall execution time of a program. The last thing that I want to talk about is the throttle. Okay. Basically, the throttle is a technique used in software development to limit the frequency at which function or action is executed. It ensures that a function is called at most once within a specific period of time. Even if it's invoked multiple times, the throttling is particularly useful in scenarios when frequent or rapid invocation of a function can cause performance issues or overload on the system. By controlling the rate at which the function is called, throttling helps maintain a more balanced and controlled execution. So this is the three things that we talked about: functional programming, memoization, and throttle. When it comes to solve the problem is pretty easy. Once you know what are the throttle, what are the memoization, why we need them, the solve the problem will be pretty easy. So basically, I wanna create something I will call memo. Okay, and this will equals false. And basically, I don't know if you remember. Wait a minute. Let me reset the code, because I guess okay, this is better. So I will create the memo, and it will be equals false. Sorry, false. By the way, if you're asking about what the args variable is, I created a video specifically about that. Anyway, I will talk about what the args is. The args syntax in JavaScript is example of the rest parameter, which allows a function to accept a variable number of arguments as an array. And the args notation represent the rest parameter, and is used to capture all remaining argument passed to the function into the array. So basically, by this one, we are capturing all the variables to the in that being accessed by this function. So let's go back to the solution. So basically, we created right now a variable called memo. And what we're going to do is that we want to check that if memo is there, we call the function. Otherwise, the memo is false, we call the function, and that's it. So I will say if not memo will equals true, and I will return fn again. Oh, sorry. I will return fn with the wait a minute, I didn't put the dots right. With args, and that's it. Let's submit. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope my message was quite good. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. If you thought my content wasn't that good, just feel free to give me a comment about what exactly you didn't like about my solution, so I can improve myself in the future. So that's it for this video, and see you in future problems.